It still hurts you, doesn't it? Even without being around anymore, the wounds remain open, the unsaid words echo, and you still feel the weight of what he did. It seems like life went on for him, as if nothing had happened, while you were stuck in the middle of the road trying to pick up the pieces he left behind. But let me tell you something. What he did will not go unnoticed. The universe has a silent but relentless way of settling scores, and he won't escape that. The pain he caused you, the lies, the manipulation, all of it has a price. Even if he pretends everything is fine, even if he smiles at the world, deep inside he feels it. Because those who hurt someone like you, someone genuine, someone who just wanted to be loved, end up disconnecting from themselves. And that emptiness, it grows, it corrodes, and he knows it even if he doesn't have the courage to admit it. You look at yourself and think you've lost something important, that a part of you died in that relationship. It didn't die. He is the one who lost. He is the one who let something slip away that he will never find elsewhere. Because what you have is rare. He felt that, and not knowing how to handle it, he tried to diminish you. He tried to extinguish your light because he knew he could never match its brightness. Maybe you can't see it now, but you are already starting to rebuild yourself. You are stronger than you imagine, and that scares him, because he realizes he no longer has power over you. That the same person he tried to break is growing, evolving, going to a place where he will never have access. That is what destroys him. I know you feel anger, that it hurts to think about how he moved on without looking back, without even acknowledging the damage he caused. But this anger, this hurt that you carry only serves to keep you tied to him. He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve another second of your time, another minute of your peace, because every time you think of him, he is still winning, and you can't let that happen. Letting go is not forgetting. It's not pretending that nothing happened. It's recognizing that what he did no longer has control over you, that you are stronger than the pain he left, that your life cannot be defined by someone else's wrong choices. You need to decide now that you will no longer carry what he left, that you will give back to him all the weight that is not yours. As you move forward, he sinks into his own lies, his own emptiness. And it's not revenge, it's not wishing him ill. It's simply life doing what needs to be done. Because no one escapes what they sow. He may try to pretend, distract himself, look for in others what only you had. But he will never find it. He will carry the emptiness of what he lost, the absence of who you are. And while he faces the consequences, you are free to rebuild your life. You have the chance to create a new story where he has no place. And deep down you feel this, don't you? That it's time to let go, to let it go. Because as long as you hold on to the past, you are preventing the future from happening. And you deserve the future. You deserve peace, love, the freedom to be who you are, without the weight of what he did. And look, I know it's not easy. Letting go hurts, letting go seems unfair. Because you wanted justice, you wanted answers, you wanted an apology that never came. But you don't need that anymore. He has nothing more to offer. The greatest justice there is you moving forward. It's you living the life he never imagined you could have. Because while he's stuck in what he did, you're building something much bigger. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Feel the weight lifting. The decision is yours. You don't need to wait for anything else. You don't need to carry this for even one more second. He is no longer a part of who you are. What he did belongs to him. The suffering is his. And the freedom is yours. You feel it, don't you? That strength returning, that space opening up. It's the universe telling you the past is over. Now is your time. The only question is, are you ready to let go? Because when you let go, he will realize that he lost something he will never find again. And you will realize that you never needed him to be whole. You feel the weight you still carry, as if every word, every action of his is still stuck inside you, pulling you back to a place where you no longer want to be. It's exhausting, isn't it? It's as if a part of you is still stuck in the moment when he chose to hurt you, the moment when he decided that your love, your dedication, were not enough. But you know what? That version of you that he broke no longer exists. What he destroyed was only the shell, the draft of what you are becoming now. He left marks, yes. Some you can look in the mirror and see. Others are deeper, invisible to the world but alive inside you. And for a while, you allowed them to be all that remained. For a while, you believed those wounds were what defined you, that the pain he caused was your new home. But that's not true, not anymore. You have already started to leave that place, even if slowly, even if stumbling. And the most incredible thing is that he realizes this. He feels that the power he thought he had over you is slipping through his fingers. What binds you to him now is not what he did, but what you still hope for. Maybe you still hope that he realizes what he lost, that he understands the magnitude of the damage he caused. Maybe you hope that he comes to you, that he says the words you've waited to hear so many times. I was wrong, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to value you. But the truth is, you don't need those words anymore. Because even if he said them, they wouldn't carry the weight you imagine. His apologies, his attempt at reparation won't fill the void he left. That won't heal you. What will heal you is your decision that he no longer matters, that his approval, his recognition, no longer has any value in your life. He no longer has that control, and that's exactly what bothers him. While you move forward, while you choose your peace, he is trapped in his own cycle. And no matter how much he smiles on social media, no matter how happy he seems, deep down where no one else can see, he feels the weight of what he did. Because conscience does not leave anyone in peace. He knows you were different. He knows you were someone he will never find again, and that torments him. Because he may try to replace you, he may seek in others what he found in you, but he will never be able to recreate it. The emptiness will still be there. The silent nights will be the worst. He will distract himself as much as he can, but the silence always returns, bringing with it the weight of the wrong choices. And you? You no longer have to carry what is his. That weight on you was not placed by your own hands, and it doesn't have to stay there. Every thought that ties you to him, every memory that hurts you, is like a chain that prevents you from moving forward. But you have the key. You have the power to release, to tell yourself that it's enough, that enough is enough, that life goes on, and that he will no longer be a part of your story from now on. You can't erase what he did, but you can decide what to do with it. You can choose to become someone stronger, more aware, more whole. Because the truth is, he tried to destroy you, but he only managed to teach you how resilient you are, how far your strength goes beyond what he imagined. He underestimated you. He thought he could reduce you to nothing, but in the end he was the one who lost everything, and maybe one day he will understand that. Maybe he will look back and see that the person he lost was the only one who really saw who he was. Because you saw the parts of him that he hid from the world. You knew his truth and still stayed. You gave love, you gave time, you gave everything of yourself. And he didn't know what to do with that. He wasted it. And those who waste true love do not find peace. They never do. But you now need to look forward. You need to let go of expectations, the what-ifs, the maybe he'll change. He won't change, not in the way you wanted, because his change doesn't depend on you, and his healing is not your responsibility. He needs to face his own shadows, deal with his own mistakes, and that's not something you can control. What you can control is your path. What you can decide is where to put your energy, your love, your life. You weren't weak for staying. You weren't stupid for believing. You were human. You loved with truth, with wholeness. And that is never weakness. The error wasn't yours. The lack wasn't yours. What he did speaks about him, not about you, and that's what you need to carry with you now. You are whole. You are enough. The love you gave was not wasted because it showed you the extent of your capacity to feel, to care, to be real. And while he carries the weight of what he did, you have the chance to be reborn, to start over, to look at all this as a chapter that taught you. But that doesn't define the rest of the book. He is not the end of your story. He is just a turned page. And in the end, you will realize that he wasn't as big as he seemed, that the power he had was only what you allowed him to have. Now it's your time to take back, to look inside and realize that nothing he did diminished you, that you are still here, that you still have dreams, still have strength, still have everything you need to rebuild. Life is waiting for you. But you need to decide that you are ready to live, that you are ready to let go. Take a deep breath. Feel the air coming in and out. This is life. This is the present. He stayed in the past, and the place where you are now, the future you want to build, has no room for him. It has no room for the chains he tried to put on you. It has no room for the pain he left. You need to let go. Not because he deserves it, but because you deserve it. You deserve to be free. You deserve to have peace. You deserve a life where his name is no longer a shadow that scares you. You have already faced the pain, have already looked at everything he caused, and now it's time to leave it behind. Because as long as you carry his weight, you are preventing yourself from flying. And you were made for that. You were made to go beyond, to reach places he never imagined. And him? He will remain trapped in what he did, because that's how it works. Life charges, the universe adjusts, and no one hurts someone like you without facing the consequences. It may take time, but it will happen. He will feel it, he will see it. And when that happens, you will already be too far away to care. Now tell me, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to set yourself free? Because the only thing that still ties you to him is the space you still allow him to occupy. And he no longer deserves that. The time has come. The choice is yours. What will you do? Take a deep breath once more. Close your eyes for a moment and feel it. Feel life pulsing inside you. Feel that you are already starting to let go of what he left behind. That weight, those memories, those echoes, none of that needs to live inside you anymore. He is no longer part of your present. He is the past, and the past can no longer control you. What he did, the marks he tried to leave, no longer have power. Because now you choose. You decide. He can stay trapped in his cycle, but you are freeing yourself. You are walking towards your peace, towards your life. And him? He is seeing all of this slip away because the only thing he had was the control you allowed. Now he's lost even that. He feels it, he perceives it. You have come this far, faced the deepest pains, stared at what many wouldn't have the courage to look at. This alone already shows the strength you have. But you didn't come this far to stop now. The next step is yours. It's time to let go. To really let go. To remove his name from your mind. To pull the memories from the place where they never belonged. And as you let go, a new life begins to unfold. You realize that what he tried to destroy is still here. Your light, your essence, your capacity to love and be loved. None of this was lost. You just need to believe in it. You just need to look at yourself with the same eyes you once used to look at him, with love, with compassion, with admiration. He will continue to seek outside what he has lost inside himself, but you have everything you need. The truth is that while he remains stuck in the past he created, you are moving forward to a future he will never reach. He will never understand how you stood up, how you rebuilt yourself, how you continued even when he thought he had destroyed you. And that is what scares him, that is what destroys him. Now look at me. It's time to decide. It's time to free yourself, not for him, but for you. For everything you can still be. For the future that awaits you. Life will not wait for you, and you deserve to live it with all your heart, without him occupying any more space. If this message spoke to you, if it touched on something you needed to hear today, leave a comment. I want to know, what are you still carrying? What are you ready to let go of? Let's make this real together. Because sometimes just the act of sharing is the beginning of healing. And if you felt that this made a difference, subscribe to the channel. Here, we grow together. Here, we turn pain into strength. Leave your like to show that this message had meaning to you. And remember, you are stronger than you think, more capable than you imagine. Now is your time. I believe in you, and I want you to start believing as well.